Kat, we're doing it again. We're doing the
We are.
conference.
All
I'm
right.
excited. I'm
Me
excited. So
too.
last year was such a big ordeal, and many people don't know about this. So there are many fans of the channel, many people that follow you on social media, and don't know that we were doing this conference. We did this last year. It was a ton of fun. It was the We Unify conference in Victoria, BC. It was huge. Had a huge showing of lots and lots of different people.
What I have experienced is just beautiful, wonderful, incredible people. I look around this room and I see so many wonderful souls.
All kinds of people coming out, reunify Canada. We're bringing things back together. We're bringing, is it the right, or I don't know. I think it's more just common sense. People shared ideas, shared minds. People that have great ideas moving forward for Canada that we've been silenced largely over the past few years, especially with the pandemic, which was a large focus of what the event was last year. Now, this year, I guess there's a whole new slew of people. Tell me about it. Who's going to be coming to this?
Yeah, so it's an annual conference. Just to go back to a few things you said. So I first learned about it. I'm like, how do I not know about this, by the way? Like, I should totally have known this, but I'm so glad that I did. I signed up as a volunteer for the 2024 event. It was a weekend. It wasn't just a day. And we had a ton of speakers throughout the weekend. It was such an amazing thing to see. There was Artur Pawlowski, there was Tamara Leach, there was Chris Barber, you were there, Marty up north, Drea Humphrey from Rebel News was covering it, and like a whole other list of people, and an amazing team of volunteers that put it together. It was a really big, I guess you could call it, conservative conference, because it was all the freedom people. And for some reason, all the freedom people are in the conservative camp now, because the liberals have become completely illiberal and anti-freedom, as you mentioned, as was evident during the lockdowns and the mandates. Yeah, so it was a really big conference. There was like 500 people there, with tickets being on hold. People were lining up for ticket sales. They were
I got to tell you,
waitlisted.
this was the first time I actually spoke in front of a large audience. I mean, I speak in front of a large virtual audience, but being together with people is the thing that really got me motivated about this whole thing. Now, actually standing in front of 500 people in an auditorium is nerve-wracking, but the best part about it was that everyone got to meet each other. It wasn't like this backstage crew thing and then the audience is over here. What I really, really liked about the event was the mingling and everybody getting to talk with one another. I think lots of friends were made at the event. Lots of relationships started there. I think it's a great idea, and to continue on and keep going with an event like this is just going to further bring together communities all over Canada. This is what I'm excited about. And for some people, maybe you're in other provinces, it might be a big issue to travel out, but it's one of those things like, have you seen Victoria? It's beautiful, and you got to come out in a time of year when the weather just couldn't be better, and spring, summer, that's the kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I personally was willing to travel to an event that I was passionate about. I was, as you know, I'm here in BC where you are as well, but I traveled to Alberta when I learned that Tucker Carlson and Jordan Peterson, hosted by Brett Wilson, were going to be doing a thing. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I want to go. This is so exciting. It was in the middle of winter. It was not the best time to travel, but it felt like a 5-star vacation, going to an event, a live event with freedom-minded people, like-minded individuals, connecting with people. It was like my Twitter feed was coming to life, X feed was coming to life in front of my eyes. And it was so exciting. It was so electric. Everyone was just meeting, connecting. I loved it. So that's why I love this conference as well, because it was the exact same feeling. It was being in a room, in a big auditorium with like-minded people. Everyone was connecting. I've made some new connections there as well, which is always exciting, to meet new people that are, of the same mindset as you, that are trying to do something good for this country, because we have a lot of work to do in Canada to undo the last 10 years of this illiberal government. That's what we're trying to change with this conference. We're trying to get people involved, get people engaged, hand them toolkits to take that first step into getting involved, like the democracy kits that we're planning to have for this conference. And, we just want to make a real change. This is a grassroots movement. We're a team of volunteers, dedicating our spare time to this event. And I think we're doing something real here. People are excited about it. Speakers are excited about it when they learn about what we're doing. Volunteers are excited about what it's going to be and how big it's going to be this time around. We're hoping to be even bigger than the Canada Strong and Free conference that happens in Ottawa in April. And if we manage to pull that off, we will be literally the biggest freedom-minded conference in Canada. And I think the future plans for it is for this to be a traveling conference. We're not just in BC annually, but we're doing it in every province and empowering Canadians in every province to, steer our country in the right direction.
Now, having a conference like this in woke British Columbia, especially in the wokest town, I would argue, Victoria, has drawn a lot of attention. Now, there were some people that showed up to protest the event, and what I really enjoyed about that was the surprised looks on their face when we were so pleasant with them as we walked by their protest. For those that may have read about it in the media, you might have seen this really mean side of things, but actually it fizzled out so fast because people just realized this isn't some big bad thing at all. These are actually just people that care about rights and freedoms just as much as anybody else. And even like people on the left, if you care about freedoms, this is something for you as well. I mean, show up. People are willing to discuss these things. Now, there's going to be other events coming up. I know I've been invited out to speak at the speakers series for We Unify. This is an event that's going to be on March 11th, 2025. So it's coming up really soon. If anybody's interested, I'll leave in the link in the description down below for We Unify. You can sign up and get yourself involved. There's going to be 3 of us speaking at that event, and this is in Victoria, BC. But what do you know about the 2025 We Unify conference? When do we have dates? Do we have guests lineup? What do we have so far?
So we're trying to figure that out now. We've met some roadblocks. I don't know if you've heard. We've met some roadblocks because some venues are hesitant to host a freedom conference, I guess, because Vancouver is woke, Victoria is woke. And so they're scared of freedom. They're scared of us. And we're just trying to figure that part out. And obviously, figuring out where it is will determine when it is. But, we were aiming, I think, for May, June. At this point, I'm not sure if there's enough leeway for us to get that done. So if not, then possibly in the fall. And yeah, so those details have not been worked out yet, but the organizer, he is so ambitious and so eager to get this done and off the ground. We're not backing up. We're not backing down. We definitely want to make this happen. And wouldn't it be amazing if this really came together and it was the biggest conference of this type in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are looking at ARC as this big one on the, I guess, political right. But we have a lot of people from the left and the right coming together because I think that Elon Musk is right on this one. The left went so far left that there's no you can't determine the right and the left anymore of just reasonable, sane people. And that's really where all the people going to an event like this come from. It's just people who are seeing the situation in the world and saying, we got to do something about this. We need to meet and discuss this. So it's almost like a Canadian version of ARC. I'm really excited to see this kind of thing happening. So moving forward. So you're behind the scenes. You're going to be pulling some of the strings. You're going to be making a lot of this happen. And Kat, I just want to thank you for all the work that you're doing on this one. And thanks for joining me today to talk about this.
Thanks. Yeah. So just to touch on the speakers, we're hoping to have some really big names at this conference. We're looking for speakers that are interested in coming. I know there's talks happening with that. We're looking for sponsors for this conference as well. And yeah, just the more hands, the better to make this happen. I'm really excited about this. I would love it if Jordan Peterson was a part of it, because you mentioned ARC. And when we pitched this to potential big speakers, one of them immediately got it right away and said it's like ARC Takes Back meets Take Back Alberta. It's like an amalgamation of the two for Canada. So yeah, it's going to be amazing.
All right. Well, I'll leave your social media in the description down below. Everybody get on over there, especially on X, and see Kat. She's very busy lady, keeping things people informed. So all the links will be in the description down below.